I'm going to talk about basic flow control in Python. So basic flow control, this is when we branch depending on what we want to do. So for example, if I have a set of fruits, right, and one is orange and I want to do something specific to oranges, and the other one is bananas and I want to do something specific for bananas, I would need to branch out. And then any programming language will have a way for us to branch out. For example, if I'm asking the user for a number, and if that number is an odd number or an even number, I might do stuff differently. Those are the kinds of situations in which we can branch. So for example, let's look at this example. So let's have a variable that will hold a fruit name. So I'm going to call it fruit variable, and just for kicks, I'm going to have the name orange. Okay, that's going to be my fruit. And this is in my Jupyter notebook. So I'm just going to hit play. Now, let's say the fruit is an orange and I want to print citric if it's an orange, but if it's not an orange, I want to print berry. So oranges are going to be citrics, everything else is going to be a berry in my little tiny world at this point. So the way I do this is that I want to say, basically in English, if the fruit is an orange, then print citric. If the fruit is something else, then print berry. And the syntax to do this in Python is similar. So I will use the word if, and then the condition. The condition is if the fruit, the variable fruit, is equal, and I will use two equal signs, and then the word orange. So if the fruit is an orange, if the fruit is equals to an orange, colon, hit enter, and then I'm going to say print the word citric. So we've seen the print statement before. Now notice how when I put the colon here, the next line was indented. This is important. Do not unindent this line. What I'm going to do now then is if orange, then I'm going to print citric. Now I'm going to unindent and I'm going to say else. So for any other circumstance, colon, and I will say print berry. So you notice here that when you read this with the indentations, it reads very clearly that if fruit is equals to orange, I'm going to print citric, otherwise I'll print berry. So the if and the else have to be at the same level of indentation, and then the prints have to be at the same level of indentation. So I'm going to run this code, and you see that it prints citric. Why? Because the fruit was orange. And I said if the fruit happens to be orange, then print citric. What happens if we change the fruit? Let's change the fruit to banana or to strawberry. Now the fruit is a strawberry. I'm going to execute this line so that variable gets stored. And now I'm going to execute my if statement. And I see that it printed the word berry, because now the fruit is not an orange. So it's going to print berry, right? This is the branching. So if the fruit is an orange, I follow this branch. Otherwise, I'll follow this other branch, right? So that's how the branching works. Now, what if I wanted to print citric if it's an orange and lemon? What if I want to, another way in which this can go is a little expansion of this, right? What if I want to print citric if it's an orange, a lemon, or a tomato, and berry otherwise? So I would do something like this. If the fruit is an orange, or the fruit is a lemon, or the fruit, is a tomato, colon, that means then I'm going to print citric. Otherwise, I'm going to print berry. And we're going to notice a couple of things here. So if I run this code, remember, what is the value of fruit at this point? Fruit is a strawberry. Okay? So if I run this command, I will check, is the fruit an orange? No. Is the fruit a lemon? No. Is the fruit a tomato? No. When all these three are false or negatives, then I'm going to take the second branch. Then, else, print berry. So if I run this, I should expect the word berry to appear, and it does. However, if I change the fruit to an orange, I will see, is fruit an orange? Yes. As long as one of these is true, I'm going to follow this branch. So, is fruit an orange? Yes. So I should print citric. Let's run it. Let's first make the fruit an orange. Run that. And now let's run this multiple branches. And it says citric. What if the fruit is a tomato? Okay, let's run this. So the fruit now is a tomato. I will check, is the fruit an orange? No. Is the fruit a lemon? No. Is the fruit a tomato? Yes. So at least one of these conditions was true. If one of these is true, remember, I'm going to go to this branch. So I should be printing citric. Let's run it and see. And it actually stayed in citric, right? It didn't change anything. So as you can see, I can work on this. Now, I could also expand this a little bit, okay? So say, for example, I want to do the same thing, print citric if it's an orange, a lemon, or a tomato, but I also want to print berry only if it's a strawberry or a banana. Other fruits, I'm going to print other. So this is a little bit more complicated, right? So you say, if the fruit is an orange, or the fruit is a tomato, or the fruit is a lemon, the order doesn't really matter, then I'm going to colon and then print berry. Now, I'm not going to use the word else because else means in otherwise, in any other case. Instead, what I want to do is I want to say, if it's not this, then I'm going to check for some other condition. So you would say something like this. You'd say elif. So, excuse me, elif means else if. So elif, else if, the fruit is a banana, or the fruit is a strawberry, then I'm going to, oops, I'm sorry, two equal signs here, two equals. I could tell this was not getting it right because it did not auto indent. So now after the colon, I hit enter and then I'll print, this is a berry. And of course I got this one wrong. If it's an orange, a tomato, or a lemon, it's going to be a citric. Sorry about that. In any other case, else, I'll print other. Right? So right now the fruit is a tomato. We run that code and it's a tomato. So if I come here, I look, tomato is here. It's one of these conditions. So if one of these is true, I'm going to print citric. Let's test it. See, it says print citric right there. Now, let's say the fruit is now a banana. Let's make it a banana. And we go here and we say, is the fruit an orange? No. Is it a tomato? No. Is it a lemon? No. So I'm not going to follow this branch. I'm going to check the next one. Oh, else if the fruit is a banana or the fruit is a strawberry, in this case the fruit is banana, so this becomes true, then I'll print berry. I'll go to this branch. Let's see if that's the case. So the fruit is banana, remember? I'm going to see if it prints berry. I run it, and yes, it prints berry right there. Now, if I put strawberry, it's the same case, right? Strawberry is the same issue. I run this strawberry, and then I run this bit of code where fruit is strawberry now, and I will still keep in berry. But now if I put a different fruit, so say for example an apple, I'm going to run that. I'm going to check, is the fruit an orange, tomato, or a lemon? If it's not, then I'm not going to go to this branch. I'm going to go to this check. Is the fruit a banana or a strawberry? No, so I'm going to ignore this branch. In any other case, go to this branch, which is print other. So we should expect this code to print the word other. And if we run it, we see that it prints the word other. You can compose as many elifs as you want. We can have citrix, berries, multi-seed, I don't know, single pit, whatever. We can have a bunch of conditions here as we want, as many as we want, okay? And that is how you branch. The last exercise that I want to run here is that, let's say we have segments of code to do something more useful. Let's say we build a calculator. We're going to have two variables, number 1 and number 2. Let's say number 1 is the first number that goes into the calculator. That's going to be number 54, for example. And number 2 is going to be 7.8. Okay? And then I want an operation. I'm going to call it OP. And let's say OP is going to be just a single letter. And it's going to be, I don't know, plus. Okay? Now, what I want is if the OP is a plus, then I'm going to get the result of these two numbers, of num1 plus 1, 2. If OP were to be minus, I want num1 minus num2. If OP is times, or the asterisk, I want num1 times num2. And if the OP is the slash, I want num1 divided by num2. Let's see if we can do that. So I have my two variables. I'm going to do it all in one big code. And I'm going to say, if the operator is plus, colon, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say result equals num1 plus num2. And then I'm going to print the result, right? Now, what I want you to notice here is that I use more than one instruction. I'm not just printing like above here, like here. I'm doing several things. I could do many, many things here. I can have a whole program written in this and in this branch. So in this branch, I do this. Then I'm going to unindent, and then I'm going to say elif. So else if the operator is minus colon, then my result is going to be num1 minus num2, and I'm going to print that result. Otherwise, if the operator is this one, is this one, then I'm going to do the result equals num1 minus num2, times num2, and then I'm going to print result. Lastly, if the operator is equal to a division, oh god, I always keep doing this, sorry about that. If the result is a division, then what I'm going to do, if the operator is a division, I'm going to say the result is num1 divided by num2, and then I'm going to print result. In any other it's always a good practice to always have a branch that's a catch-all. Like if none of these things happen, then what do I do? Well, then I'm going to print operation not valid. Okay, so let's run this program. I have 54 and the other number is 7.8. So if I run it with the plus sign, I get 61.8. That's the addition. Let's subtract 7.8 from 54. I'm going to run it, and I get the subtraction, 46.2. Let's multiply it. 54 times 7.8, that's 421.2. And if I divide it, I'm going to get 6.92. Now there's an interesting thing here, and it is this one. What if num2 is 0 and I run it? I get an error, division by 0. I might want to have this be controlled a little bit more elegantly, so I'm going to clear the cell output. And what I can do is I can even have ifs within ifs. So I'm going to copy this code just for the sake of speed, and I'm going to paste it here. But now what we're going to do is, if the operator is division, then here's what I want to do. I'm going to scrap this branch. I'm going to say if the operation is a division, then what do I need to do? Well, if num2 is 0, then I'm going to print cannot divide by 0, right? Otherwise, I'm going to do result equals num1 divided by num2, and then print result. So what I did here is that if the let's focus on this part. If the operation is division, then I'm going to do another if. If the second number is 0, then I'm going to go to this branch. If it's not 0, then I'm going to go to this branch, right? So I can run this code, and you will see cannot divide by 0, which basically now I'm in control. I didn't get a big red error that threw my program out. I am in control, okay? So you can nest these things however you want. There are many ways to optimize this. We're going to be talking about this in the future. But now you know basic branching.